Another week, another weekly reset. But before that, I would like to mention something. I've been getting into nostalgia like crazy lately. I know what you guys are thinking. Why should I care? Well, I'll tell you because I created a whole new YouTube channel called Total Time Warp just because of the fact that I've been getting into nostalgia so often. I decided to cover things that give nostalgia vibes as well as basically anything that I wanted as a kid. I feel like fits the scope of that channel. So yeah, feel free to check it out. But without further ado, let's get into the weekly reset. Okay, there will be time codes in the description below if you want to skip to a certain section. We shall start with Nightwave. Now, Nightwave is ending in 2 days. Okay, so it's worth noting that you will need to spend your credit, your North Mix credits, because they will not carry over to the next season of Nightwave, nor will they carry over to any future season of Nightwave. I mentioned that because I feel like there's been some confusion. Some people believe that since Nightwave next season is called Shockwave, that once it actually gets over with, it will resume Nightwave and you'll have the credits again. And no. Every Nightwave season, credits for Nightwave can only be used as Nightwave credits during that particular season. So make sure you spend all of your Nightwave stuff whenever you can, as soon as you can, actually. We have Feed the Beast, Feed the Helmet, any resource, complete one sortie. Now, what it means is part 1, part 2, and 3 of the sortie. Destroy Necromech Vault Guardians, unlock 10 relics, kill 30 XMS, complete 15 missions, and kill 500 enemies. Yeah. And then we go to the offerings. We see these. I like hovering over these slowly so you guys can actually have a chance at seeing them. Okay, and we go here and power of 3 and this. And then we also have alternate helmets and weapon skins and a few emblems and sigils thrown into the mix. And then this and this equal a boss fight. Okay, just thought I'd mention that. Oh yeah, I guess I should spend my Nightwave credits right now. I'm going to buy a bunch of 19 extract. Okay. Yes. I bought a bunch of 19 extract. Do I need 19 extract? Not in the least, but at this point, may as well, right? So, yeah, I bought a bunch of 19 extract. Okay, guys, tell all your friends. Okay, so yeah, you can get anything here. Orcan Catalyst already built, Orcan Reactors already built. There's a color palette if you so wish. These are a thing. I don't know why I own 2 of them. Oh yeah, because duplicate wasn't a thing. Duplicate protection wasn't a thing at the time, so I just kind of got 2 thrusted upon me. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Decorations, and there we go. Now let's see what hologram Teshin had to offer, shall we? A forma bundle for 75 steel essence. You can get 3 forma. Now, as reasonable as a deal as it may sound, I do not think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to save my Steel Essence for Citrine Prime, which we will be getting at some point. I just don't know when. Until then, I guess I can collect Steel Essence until he had something I wish to purchase. Now for the circuit. And I'm going to hide myself for this because I don't want to cover any of the shenanigans. I usually hide myself most of the time anyway. I just forgot to. Okay, so the circuit. We have Mesa, Chroma, and Atlas. I think you should go with Mesa on this one, not only because she has a pretty cool heirloom skin you can get, but also, you know, if you buy it from the in-game market, but also she's probably the more annoying to get out of all three of these options because you gotta fight me to let Alad be to get Mesa. So, yeah. And then we have the Steel Path version of the circuit. And if you have all of these weapons, like I do here, or rather all of these adapters, you can go over here and pick then options. I picked these options just in case I decide to do the mission so it's ready to go, less of a barrier to entry for me, if you will. And of course, we gotta talk about the Archon Hunt. This is the Archon you fight, and if you complete all three parts of the Archon Hunt, you will get an Archon Shard. And this Archon Shard had a chance of being a Talforged Archon Shard instead. This is the chance of it, but in order to even have that chance of it being a Talforged Archon Shard, you'll have to complete all three parts of the Archon Hunt, which this week are Spy, Activation, and Showdown. Showdown is basically an assassination where you fight off against said Archon. Descendia. I'm going to hover over these rewards as I talk about it. But Descendia is basically Warframe's answer to climb the tower. What you're doing is you're descending to the lowest part of the tower. Every 7 levels, there is a checkpoint, so you don't have to worry that they don't expect you to complete all 21 floors in one go if you don't want to. I mean, you can, but it checkpoint every 7 floors. But wait, there's more. There's a Steel Path version with its own reward pool. Yeah, that's right. These are different rewards. Same principle, though. And look, this week it is an Archon Shard as a reward. But yeah, same principle at normal mode, checkpoints, and all that jazz. Now that we're at the Sanctum, let's talk to Bird 3. Bird 3, show us your shiny treasures, if you will. Oh, and Azure Archon Shard. Now this happens to also be the Archon Hunt weekly Archon Shard, but Bird 3 gives you a chance. You get it's random between each week. Yeah, between the original 3. This week it happens to be blue, but it could be yellow or red just as easily. And then in order to get this Archon Shard from Bird 3, you will need to spend 30,000 standing as well as be max standing with this particular syndicate, or max rank rather. But that's not all. That's not all. You can also come over here to the wonderful world of Deep Archimedea. And you know, you basically equip these individual parameters, and of course you can also do this. It will increase the risk, but higher risk, higher reward type thing. But, you know, maybe you want a reward, but Deep Archimedea isn't your cup of tea. Well, travel on over to the universe where it's 1999 all day, every day for all of eternity. Talk to Kaya, and Kaya will introduce you to the wonderful world of Temporal Archimedea. In which case, there's also individual parameters. These are different for everyone. But then you can also do this. Same principle, higher risk, higher reward type thing, but this mode has stickers. Yes, stickers that can make stuff a little bit easier for you, if you will.